In this video, we're going to demonstrate how you can hook up your FormView control so that it's updating data in a SQL database. So in the example that we have on the screen right now, we have a list control being used as the data source for the form. So you can see that as I click on different rows in the list, the form over here is getting populated with the field values from the current row in the list. But if we go back to design mode and take a look at this list, you can see that this is just a static list. The data is not being persisted or being retrieved from a SQL database. And if we go and look at the actual static data source, we can see that basically the fields in the static data source are first name, last name, city and state. So let's go now and create a table in a SQL database that has this schema, and then modify our form and our UX component so that the form view is persisting data and editing data in a SQL database. So I'm going to go here to Navicat, which allows me to create tables in a MySQL database, and I'm going to go ahead here and create a new table, and we'll just give this table all of the fields that our static data source has, but will include a primary key field. So I'll go here and say ID, and I'll just make that an int field, and I'll make that my primary key, and I'll also make it auto increment, and then I'll carry on with the remaining fields, which are first name, which I'll just say is character 30, and then last name character 30, and then we'll go with city, which will also be character 30, and then state, which will be character 30. So let's go ahead now and then save our table, and I'll just call it customers. So now we've basically got an empty table called customers right now in our database called FormView. So let's go now back to our component and change the data source now for this component from being a static list to a SQL database. So I'll go over there and choose SQL, and then I'll go over to our connection string, and I'm going to need to create a connection string that points to that MySQL database. So I'll go there and say let's go here and say specify connection string build. We'll choose MySQL, and then just refresh the list. So there should be a database here called FormView. So we're good now. Test our connection. That's good. Click OK, and then let's just save this as MySQL FormView. So that now we have a named connection string. Go ahead there, choose our table name. There's customers. The fields we want all of the fields. So we'll go ahead there and choose all of the fields, and then we'll go here to the layout, and we can just add in the ID field at the top there. So now basically, if we go ahead now and run this, you can see that we have the form, but there's no records in the existing form. And let's just go make this form just a little bit wider so we can see more of the columns. So let's go there and say 6 inches, and then save this, and then go over to working preview. And so there we have basically the form with no data in it. So in order to basically make this list control interact with the SQL database in terms of doing CRUD operations, we're going to specify that this list control has a detail view. So we'll go over there and we'll say has detail view, but we're not going to actually put any detail view fields on this UX component, because in this particular case our form view control is acting as our detail view. So I'm going to just go ahead there and click the OK button. So by simply saying that this list has detail view, we can then use all of the list detail view CRUD operation methods, which we'll demonstrate now. And let's pause now and pick this up in the next video. So we're continuing now with our video on how to persist the form to a SQL database. And what we've done so far is we've gone to our list, which was previously based on static data, and we've now made it based on SQL data. And then we've gone to the list itself and we've turned on has detailed view, but we've not actually defined any of the fields in the detailed view, because we're not going to use detailed view fields. We're going to be using the list as the detailed view. But now that we have the detailed view turned on, we can now use the buttons for CRUD operations that a list with a detailed view has. So I'm going to go and put some buttons here that persist the list data to a SQL database. So first I'm going to just go and wrap this list in a container. So I'll go there and just wrap it in a container, and then I'm going to go to defined controls and go there and choose list detailed view buttons, and I'm going to say I'd like to define buttons for list number 1, and what I want is a save button. I can choose a delete button, and I want a synchronize button. So those are the buttons that I'm going to choose, and you can see that I'm not choosing the new record button. You'll see that we don't need that button, but these are going to give me 3 buttons that allow me to synchronize the data with the backend SQL database. Let's go ahead there and click the OK button to insert that. And so now let's go here and run this. So there's our actually we want a break after the list. So let's go back now and run it again. So here we have basically the list right now, which is showing no data in it. And now I'm going to press this new record button over here, which is going to display the form and display a new record in the form. So what I'd like to do is make sure that that form appears to the right of the list. And then let's just quickly go and take a look at this new record button over here. You can see if we go into Action JavaScript, this new record button is just using a FormView action, and if I edit it, we're saying here that the action that we want to do is a new record for form number 1. So let's go ahead now and then run this. So when I press the new record button, there's the form over here. Basically it has a default value of Massachusetts because we specified that in the form builder itself. But now let's go over here and edit this new record. So I'll go here and just type in, say, Dan, and then hit the save button, then go to last name and hit, say, Smith, hit the save button, go to city and type in, say, Boston, and hit the save button. And now when I basically hit the save button here, which will save the new record in the form back to the data source, you can see that because we've now specified that this list has a detail view, this new record is marked here with this little icon indicating that this is a new record that has not yet been synchronized with the backend data. And now I'm going to go ahead here and click the synchronize button, which is going to push, let me just, I've got debugging code turned on, so ignore that. So which is going to push that record now back into the SQL database. You can see the little blue icon has disappeared now, and if I go to my MySQL database over here, I can see that this new record has been added. So now if I go back and run this component again, we'll see that the list now displays that existing record. I can go there, and there you can see we're editing the data. So what we've shown in this video now is how we took the list control, which is acting as the data source for our FormView control, and we bound the list to a SQL database, and we enabled CRUD operations for the list control by just simply turning on the detail view. But we didn't actually put any detail view fields on the form. We're using the FormView control as the detail view for the form. So thanks very much for watching.